Good morning, Erik. Really appreciate you taking time out of your day to join me here for this interview. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks for asking. Doing pretty well. How are you?
Good as well. Look forward to getting this show on the road, as they say. Okay, the reason I invited you on is because I saw quite a lot of wins from you in the Amazon FBA campus. Could you explain what they were about?
Yeah. I started Amazon FBA in first day I launched a product was January 1st. I wasn't waiting for New Year's. That was just the first day that my product showed up. And when I put it on, it just kind of took off, just blew up. And it was just kind of arbitrage. It just did a little market research and picked one for the new year. And it blew up faster than I can even call it FBA because I didn't even get a shipment into Amazon. I shipped out over 62 pair within the first 15 days, I think. Like, I couldn't even get them in fast enough. So that's where it kind of took off. And then it tapered out for the end of January. And then February, it just took off again. I went through Walmart one day and I just was scanning things. The jackpot, I guess, and found a bunch of things, throw them all up, and yeah, I guess I pulled up the numbers, and the last 30 days pulled in 6,593 in revenue. About 2,000 of that was net. 7 days, I pulled in $2,671 in revenue. And year to date, 7,699 revenue and net $3,849. And I still have about $8,641 in inventory. About 2,500 of that is net. So yeah, Amazon took over the buy box on that really good product. So that one kind of went down. So I had to adapt real quick. I had to switch gears to a different little niche over the last 2 weeks, I'd say, since February 7th. It exponential, like 50% growth. It went from 2,500 that first month to the last 30 days, six grand in the last 30 days, 6,500 in the last 30 days. I mean, that's revenue, but most of that revenue is, I'd say, about 30% ROI, 40% on most of these products. So it opened my eyes and expanded my perception of just really how trivial money can be. It really is. You just find the information gaps, the market gaps, and you just put yourself in the middle. And that's what I did. I got into the real world, started with copywriting, and I was climbing cell phone towers at the time. And that was taking up about 15 hours of my day, 5 days a week. Sometimes we'd stay out for 2 weeks at a time. In November, I started climbing again, but after taking a little hiatus. And for the first part of November, I was in town, so it worked out. I was able to come home, write some copy, and I got really, in my opinion, really good compared to what I started at, and started reaching out to clients. And as soon as I started, I got a client that reached back to me. I get my schedule for the next week, and of course we're going to Tahoe for 3 weeks. And I brought my laptop with me to continue to do the copy. We were working 15 to 18-hour days out there, installing 5G everywhere. So when I'd get back off that 18-hour day, I'd look at my computer screen. It's not only the physical demand of that job that, I don't like to call it a job, it's a slave trade, but it's also a gym that paid me, so I get paid to work out. But it's also the RF, radio frequency, that you're sitting in front of for 15, 18 hours a day that really messes with your mind after a while. It leaves you a little loopy. And so I just wasn't able to write conducive, like solid copy compared to what I built myself up to and what I was writing. And so I had to shift gears in that sense. And that's what led me to Amazon FBA. And then January rolls around, and lo and behold, very rare occasion, we get to stay in town, and we have in-town sites, and it was 20-minute drive away from my house. So I took that time to really shift gears and put my all into the Amazon FBA, and that's when it took off. And from there, I had the free time to really evaluate my place on the board, in the game of life.